Meet you all, and today we are playing Enneacraft. Let's get started. Well, and let's see here. Going first. I activate my field spell, Enneacraft. Alright. I set the pendulum scale. Tarot Enneacraft's effect activates. I reveal Enneacraft a Tori Mar. I set the pendulum scale. Let's see. I reveal Enneacraft release. I activate Enneacraft's effect. I activate Enneacraft release. I set the pendulum scale. I set the pendulum scale. Alright. Enneacraft a Tori Mars effect activates. 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 And with that, I end my turn. Yo, perfect. Hello, Liquid Rax. Welcome to the stream. Seraphia, I slept all day because of my new meds. Great. Glad to hear it. My opponent activates Fusion Deployment. They don't have the alt art because they're losers. Dark Magician. My opponent has entered the battle phase. Tarot Enneacraft Alizona's flip effect activates. I activate my field spell, Enneacraft. Let's begin. I draw. I flip summon Enneacraft a Tori Mar! Enneacraft Atori Mars flip effect activates! I flip summon Enneacraft Orca Tail! I flip summon Enneacraft Alta Spia! I flip summon Enato Enneacraft Okinaria! Let's see, that's 72. I end my turn! My field spell activates! Alright, just casually deal 7,200 damage. Just no big deal, guys. Yo, Lamount. Yep, that's right. My opponent's field spell activates. Nightmare Throne. This is the symbol of our bond, Samsara D. Lotus. Our two souls merge as one. Yubel. Spirit of Yubel's effect activates. Yo, Serafi, what is this deck? Seems fun. It is a flip effect deck that is also a pendulum deck that cannot pendulum summon. Hello, Osiniosa. I activate my continuous spell, Nightmare Pain. Nightmare Pain's effect activates. I destroy Spirit of Yubel. Oh no, what? Hecahan's Godos. Why would you destroy one of your Hecahan's cards? Add another Lotus. Interesting choice. Hecahan's Yubel. Okay. Set 2. Pass. Sure. It's my turn, so look out! I activate my quick play spell, the Fallen and the Virtuous. I destroy your Nightmare Pain! I set the pendulum scale! Proto Enneacraft Orgia's pendulum effect! I activate my spell card, Enneacraft Reset! Welcome to a world of progress! My field spell, Enneapolis! I set the pendulum scale! Ecto Enneacraft Tromaria's effect activates! I activate Enneapolis' effect. I activate my spell card, Enneacraft Release. I set the pendulum scale. Alazonia's pendulum effect activates. Now I get to special summon 5 monsters from my hand face down. I end my turn. Albion the Branded Dragon's effect activates. Enneapolis' effect activates. I'm digging the card art. Reminds me of MTG. These are very similar to Cleaforks, actually. If you want a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. This one is a spider for some reason. Samsara D. Lotus. I activate my face down card, the Fallen and the Virtuous. Arca Tails effect activates. I activate Enneapolis' field effect. The dragon that devours effect activates from my graveyard. I activate Ecto Enneacraft Tromaria's effect. I add Enneacraft a Torimar from my deck to my hand. It's my turn. I draw. I set the pendulum scale. I activate Ecto Enneacraft Tromaria's effect. I activate Proto Enneacraft Orgia's effect. Alright. I flip summon Enneacraft Atil Spia. I tribute summon Enneacraft Tori Mar. Trito Enneacraft Exopatia's effect activates. I activate my quick play spell, the Fallen and the Virtuous. Will now battle. Enneacraft Tori Mar attacks. Your monster that can't be destroyed in battle is the perfect target for me. And that's game. Going first. Very nice, thank you. Yeah, the field spell lets you burn your opponent based on the number of cards you flip summon every turn. Ooh, we did not open too many Enneacraft monster cards. That's okay. I activate my field spell, Enneopolis. I activate the spell card Enneacraft Release. I set the pendulum scale. Deftero Enneacraft Alazonea's effect activates. I activate Enneacraft Tori Mar's effect from my hand. I set the pendulum scale. I activate Enneopolis' effect. Enneacraft Atilspia's effect activates. Enneacraft Atilspia's effect activates. Enneacraft Atilspia's effect activates. I end my turn. Without any cards in my pendulum zone, I can't start accumulating damage, but that's okay, because my field spell can place cards in my pendulum zone. I activate the effect of Enneacraft Tromaria's effect. Let's see. I add Archtail from deck to hand. The opponent is going to activate the effect of the Havness and the Shiren in their graveyard. I'll activate Enneopolis' effect to place my monster card in the pendulum scale. My opponent fusion summons. Level 5 tier limits Kit Kolos, which I'll negate. Kit Kolos' effect activates. I activate Deftero Enneacraft Alazonea's effect. I draw one card. Kit Kolos is negated. Alazonea's flip effect activates. I banish one card from my opponent's hand. They couldn't super poly because my monsters were face down. Tearlament's Grief. Special summon Rhino Heart. Then send Rhino Heart to the graveyard. Tearlament's Rhino Heart's effect can only activate if there's a Tearlament's card to discard from your hand. Kashtira Birth, revive Kashtira Unicorn. Kashtira Unicorn's effect, add Kashtira Theosis. The opponent activates Kashtira Theosis, targeting Unicorn. Special summon Tearlament's Kashtira. Tearlament's Kashtira sends 3 cards from the opponent's deck to the graveyard. Unfortunately, Tearlament's Havness's effect was already used this turn. That's interesting, you can fusion your own face-down monsters, but not your opponent's, even though they were revealed. That's correct. That is still considered private knowledge until they are flipped face-up. That's a mistake. My Atl is now flipped face up, which means that it has a floodgate. My opponent can activate cards or effects in response to their own card effects. Super Polymerization returns to my opponent's hand. My field spell activates. My opponent takes 900 damage for each card that was banished this turn, or flipped face up this turn. My turn. I activate Enneacraft Release. I set the pendulum scale. Proto-Enneacraft Orgia's pendulum effect activates. Here, just looking for scholarships in the background. Hello, Goldmine. Ecto-Enneacraft Tamaria's effect activates. I activate Enneacraft Release's effect. I flip summon Enneacraft Atori Mar. Enneacraft Atori Mar's flip effect activates. Atori Mar sets every monster my opponent controls face down, and they can never be flipped face up. Enneopolis' effect activates. Tearlament's Kashtira's effect activates. Tearlament's Scream's Grave effect activates. No worries. Enneacraft Atori Mar's effect activates from my hand. Enneacraft Atori Mar's effect activates from my hand. Enneacraft Atori Mar's effect activates from my hand. Enneacraft a Tori Mars effect activates from my hand. Enneacraft a Tori Mars effect activates from my hand. Bronze ranked game, by the way. Crazy. Yep. My field spell. Tier Limit Scream is activated. My opponent's quick play spell. Super Polymerization. How much burn damage is per counter? 900. Tier Limits Shiren and Tier Limits Kaleido Heart combined together. Tier Limits Rulkalos. Tier Limits Kick Colossus effect activates as a Chain Link 1. Tier Limits Shiren's effect activates as a Chain Link 2. Tier Limits Scream activates as a Chain Link 3. Unfortunate! I activate Enneacraft Autil Spia's effect. If a Chain Link 3 is activated by my opponent, Autil Spia negates all 3 of them and destroys them! Absolutely worthless! I activate Deftero Enneacraft Alazanea's effect. Alazanea's flip effect activates. Are you sure you want to do that? Attacking the monsters that are already face up won't hurt them. But this will. I activate my field spell. That's 3,600 damage. I flip summon Enneacraft a Tori Mar. Enneacraft a Tori Mar's flip effect activates. And that's game. I hate playing against this deck, but playing it's super fun. Alright, we're going second. We did not open Sphere Mode or fall into the Virtuous this time. Lysergic. Okay. Set pass. That's my thing. You can't take my thing. I kind of want to try this deck now. Funny, usually ignore pendulum archetypes. This isn't really a pendulum deck. Let's be honest. You're not pendulum summoning anything. Every single card has a scale 0. 0. You can pendulum summon nothing. Burn deck? Yes, it is a burn deck. Hello, Yash. I set the pendulum scale. Ecto Enneacraft Tromaria's pendulum effect activates. I activate my spell card, Enneacraft Release. I set the pendulum scale. Trito Enneacraft Exopasia's effect activates. I activate my spell card, Enneacraft Rest. Welcome to a world of progress, Enneapolis. Enneapolis' effect activates. I set the pendulum scale. Deftero Enneacraft Alozonea's effect activates. I activate Enneacraft Altaspia's effect from my hand. 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 I set the pendulum scale. I end my turn. My opponent summons Unizombie. The fact he said it every time as if it was with DL voice lines on. Exactly. You get the DL experience when you watch me play Master Duel. Unizombie's effect activates. I am my own voice lines. Ooh. That's Doom King Ballardroch, which will revive because there's a field spell active. It's my turn. I draw. Doom King Ballardroch's effect activates. I activate a Nato Enneacraft Okineri's effect. I get to draw a card. True, because your summoning chant vids be hype. Thank you. Serafi, you'd be good at voice acting. Thank you. I flip summon Enneacraft Altaspia. I flip summon Enneacraft Arca Tail. I flip summon Ecto Enneacraft Tromaria. Ecto Enneacraft Tromara's flip effect activates. I flip summon Enneacraft Atori Mar. Sink into the abyss. I activate my field spell, Enneapolis. Cower in fear! Thank you. That was, in fact, 9,000 damage. When you play against Enneacraft, you are on a clock. If you don't stop them, they will kill you. 9K, that is correct. You can slow the burn if you interact with them, but if you just set pass, you are dead. With one activation, here's how it works. For every card in my pendulum scale, and I had 2, every time I flip summon a monster, I deal 900 damage. So if I have 2 pendulum scales and I flip summon 5 times, that is 9 times 10, which is 9,000. My turn. I'm sorry, but we do a different kind of set 5 now, sir. It's 2026. I set the pendulum scale. Metaverse. Alright. Sure. What you got for me? Is this Labyrinth? Necro Valley. I'm sorry, do you think Necro Valley is going to do anything against a pendulum deck, sir? I take 900 damage. Let's start with another pendulum scale. I set the pendulum scale. I activate the pendulum effect. I take 9. I activate my field spell, Enneapolis. I activate Enneapolis' effect. I activate Enneacraft reverse effect. Shuffle 4 back, draw 4. Very nice. What pendulum effects have I used already this turn? Orgia and Okneria. Okay, so I can still use Tremoria. Special. Special and special. Set pass. Alright. The opponent concedes. He's not going to win a stall game. I'm not going to attack him. This is a burn deck that beats all other burn decks. So we are undefeated into silver. My opponent wants me to go first. Okay. Activate Enneacraft reset. Activate my field spell. I set the pendulum scale. I set the pendulum scale. Meanwhile, Gimmick Puppet thinking, wait a minute, something ain't right. Grab that. Activate Enneacraft. Return these 2 cards to the hand. Okay. Set the pendulum scale. Activate the pendulum effect. Take 900. Grab 3 of these. Set the pendulum scale, take 900. Grab 3 of these. Alright. Atul Spa's effect activates. Atul Spa's effect activates. Atul Spa's effect activates. Atul Spia's effect activates. And Atul Spia's effect activates. I end my turn. Alright, he does something or he dies. That's how this works. This is completely fair, by the way. You can just, like, if you passed against someone else, like a hero player, they would kill you. So the fact that you just get to auto kill people with Enneacraft if they pass is, like, not unusual. Alright, the opponent has to discard a card. Our monster's flip effect activates. Banish Radiant Typhoon Vision. That's a good card. Opponent's going to activate Illusion Gate. No. So Illusion Gate, pay half your life points to destroy all monsters your opponent controls, and then special summon 1 card from the graveyard. But we activate Enneacraft Arca Tails effect, which changes this card to face down defense position. Monsters and Enneacraft spells you control cannot be destroyed by card effects for the rest of the turn. So, no. Illusion Gate resolves and it destroys nothing. Get wrecked, nerd. Now I activate Enneacraft Resets effect, which allows me to set these 2 monsters back face down. Their flip effects are not once per turn. The opponent is going to draw another card. We will flip again. Once again, we will hand rip. And also, we are going to search. Let's see. Get hand ripped, sir. Hi, Super Polly. That's right. Easy. Multiple banishes to stop the Sky Striker player. To make them hate themselves. Because that's what's important. Making Sky Striker uninstall is the most American thing you can do. Losing to flip effects in the big 2026 is wild. Yes, and it just happens. You just lose because the flip effects are all not once per turn. They're all pretty good. Activate Enneacraft Release. Set the pendulum scale with the Deftero, and the opponent concedes. Very nice to see. Yes, this is a very well designed deck. It's flip that's good, it's burn that's good, it's just actually like a well-designed deck. And it's also a pendulum deck, which, I mean, it's not actually a pendulum deck because you don't really care about your pendulum scales, you don't really pendulum summon, you don't destroy cards in your pendulum, and you don't return cards from your extra deck to your hand. But, to be honest, the reason why they're pendulum monsters is specifically so that you can't play this in Monarchs. Because Monarchs would just tribute these, and since they are pendulum monsters, they go to the extra deck, which means that you can't use any of the Monarch floodgates that require you to have an empty extra deck with this deck. That is the only reason they're pendulum cards. We're up against Gamer 2025. Sir, if you're back in 2025, you're about to lose. I'm sorry to tell you. Alright, I'm going to activate a Tori Mars effect, because this is an Omni Negates on my turn only. Okay. Proto Enneacraft Orgy as effect. We pay 900. Reveal these three. Do the sick draw. Set the pendulum scale. Alazanea, pay 900. Grab these three. Do the sick draw. Alright, now we activate Enneapolis' effect. Return these two to the hand. Set the pendulum scale. Set the pendulum scale. Effects. Pay 900. By the way, you also can't get Nibiru'd because Nibiru can only tribute face-up monsters. Just in case you're wondering, just in case you're like, doesn't this deck hard lose to Nibiru since they special summon 3 times? No, actually. It doesn't. Let's see. These. Okay. Alright, Architail, set this one. Architail, set this one. Architail, set this one. Architail, set this one. Pass. Enjoy your turn, sir. Set 1. I'm sorry, is that a World at War pressured planet Ratesoth? You think you could play Kashtira against me? I activate Alazanea's effect? No. I take umbrage with this, sir. You will not Kashtira me. This deck doesn't lose to Spirit Dragon because it doesn't pendulum summon either. It's true. Banished. What the... What? Hold on. What is that, sir? Sir! What am I looking at? Kashtira Unicorn. Hello, Kurturu. Titru. Activate Kashtira Birth. Your opponent is playing your deck. No, they are not. They normal summon X-Head Cannon. Sure. Banish a card from my extra deck. Go ahead. Proto Enneacraft Orgia's effect activates. I destroy X-Head Cannon. Alright, 2 monsters with flip face up, which means you take 3,600 damage, sir. Neo, how dare you stop his Chaos Max summoning? You can't summon Chaos Max with Kashtira, it's level 7. I flip summon Enneacraft a Tori Mar. What do you mean, solemn judgment? I end my turn. Enneapolis, kill this man. Solemn judgmenting a flip effect. A flip monster. Technically, a flip summon is a summon, I suppose. Isn't ABC XYZ just Kashtira with extra steps if you stop thinking? No. Even if I stop thinking, it is not that. In any way. They're all light monsters! Kashtira literally uses every attribute but light! I set the pendulum scale. My opponent is going to max C. Okay. Activated Tori Mars effect. Set itself. He gets to draw 1. Hey 9. Grab these 3. If you stop thinking, I mean everything but light added together is basically light. That's when Kaiba found out about Kashtira. Good morning, hello RDP. Alright, Deftero Enneacraft's effect, pay 9. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Activate Enneapolis. Activate Rebirth, and we're going to return these 2 Pendulum cards to my deck to draw 2 more. Okay. We drew the same card, which is unfortunate. Alright, well, not great. It's a pretty terrible hand, actually. We play no hand traps specifically because we want to open as many names as possible. Oh, good. You know, I did put a sphere mode in the thumbnail, so someone had to get sphere mode. I assumed it was going to be one of my opponents. But that's fine. I guess we should play 1 copy of Raw for when the sphere mode actually comes back to us. I didn't know you were playing Duel Links. Thanks, Tuturu. Thanks. I really appreciate that. My turn. Draw. That's a good card. Okay, so the pendulum scale. Ow, take 9. Every time I feel like my stomach burning, and wake up from nowhere at 4 p.m. I found Neos Rafi. All right, well, okay. I guess we pass. So thank you. I mean, I'm glad that you appreciate. Oh no. Oh, the ball went back to them. Oh, don't tell me they have Raw. No! I refuse! No! We're not doing this. The Breaking Ruin God. Special summon Obelisk the Tormentor from your hand. It is unaffected by card effects this turn. Hello, Obelisk the Tormentor. Okay, we're going to shuffle Breaking Ruin God, Winged Dragon of Ra, and Sphere Mode back into the deck. Goodbye. Enjoy your 3 extra bricks. Obelisk the Tormentor's effect activates. This is so stupid. Pendulum? Yeah, we're playing pendulums. Alright. Oops. I did not mean to do that. That's okay. Alright, set the pendulum scale. Man, Fallen on the Virtuous is so good. Yes, it's amazing. Set the pendulum scale. Alright, we activate Enneacraft release. Pay 9. You just run 3 of every name. I run 3 of all the small ones. 3 of Tori Mars. 3 of the one that's a transmigration, and only 1 of the one that's like a giant bounce. Here's the deck list. 3 balls, 3 small ones, 3 small ones, 3 small ones, 3 small ones, 3 small ones. King's Arc. Okay, that's interesting. How fast did you forget dinos? I love dinos. That's a lot of deck space for Engine. That is correct. There is no 1-card combo in this deck. You are summoning 5 from hand. You need to have 5 names in your hand. So my non-Engine is 3 Sphere Modes and 3 Fallen of the Virtuous, and that is it. Thankfully, Fallen on the Virtuous loops itself very well. So balls are part from the combo. The balls are just balling. That's all they are. That sounds terrible? Yes. Do you see any Enneacraft tops? There are no Enneacraft tops. But it's really, really fun. So that's all that matters. Also, no SP or Nightmare. Why would I play SP Little Knights? There's no extra deck monsters, bro. You realize that you if I link 2 monsters off into SP, nothing's gonna happen. Also, by the way, These cards all say you cannot special summon the turn you activate this effect except in face-down defense position. No special summoning the turn you use any of their effects. What do you even have? That's right. Oh wait, these cards are terrible. There you go. See? Like, actually terrible. There you go. Glad you understand. It is a super fun control burn deck, which is actually quite difficult to deal with in a best-of-one format. And I think it will be very, very good on the ladder. It's just not going to be very good in tournaments. I've won every game I've played so far, and I lost every game to Enneacraft when I streamed earlier today. It's really hard to play around the cards when all of them are face down. How strong is this card to have an animation? When it's flip face up, it turns every monster that your opponent controls face down forever. Alright, I set the pendulum scale. Take 900. I activate my field spell, Welcome to the City of Progress, Enneapolis. Take 900. Grab release. Rip Synchro, Link, and Xyz decks. Yep. Activate Enneacraft release. Set the pendulum scale. Take 9. Reveal 3 Atorimar. IDK, if they are actually making progress, they made a flip effect viable. That's that flip deck viable. That's very progressive. Forever sounds like balance to me, right, Konami? That's right. The pendulum scale. It seems balanced. It's very balanced. Oh, by the way, they have a transmigration. So listen to this. When your opponent activates a card effect as a chain link 3 or higher, you can change this face-down card to face-up defense position, negate the activation of your opponent's cards and effects before this card in the chain, and if you do, destroy all of them. Pass. Okay, so it's worse transmigration. I mean, yes, it is technically worse than one of the best counter traps in the fight. How can you quick effect as a face down? All of them have a quick effect when they're face down. All of them have a quick effect when they're face down. It's amazing. Alright, Eldritch the Golden Lord's effects. Send a card from the field to the graveyard. Sending the field spell. Unfortunate. Set a card. That triggers the effect of my Enneacraft. So basically, the Karibo dude is cooked. That is correct. We get to draw a card, which we will use to draw our field spell, again. And then we also get to activate the flip effect of my Enneacraft Okinario, which allows me to shuffle the Eldritch the Golden Lord back into his deck. Get wrecked, nerd. Also, you just pendulum summon but can die to Nib. That is incorrect, Tutoru. Nibiru, the primal being, tributes face-up monsters only. Bro speaks so confidently when he's so wrong. I activate my field spell. Welcome to Enneapolis. That is correct. Nibiru, the primal being, cannot tribute face-down monsters. I activate Enneacraft Atori Mars effect. Enneacraft Atori Mars is an Omni-Negate. I flip summon Deftero Enneacraft Alazanea. Holy, it is face up. That's correct. We are immune to Nibiru. Shut up. To be fair, that never comes up. It comes up now, Tutoru. It comes up now. We are immune. The better Nibiru is, the better this deck is. Also, you can run Nibiru, and you don't have to tribute any of your own monsters. You can nib going first. I activate my field spell. Welcome to the City of Progress, Enneapolis. I set the pendulum scale. I activate Ecto Enneacraft Tromaria's effect. Ash, that's fine. I activate Architail's effect. I activate Tromaria's effect. I activate Tromaria's effect. I activate Tromaria's effect. So it's immune to Nib, Imperm, etc., but it needs like a 3-card combo or something. That is correct. It is a deck that cannot run any non-engine or it will just do nothing. It also can't play an extra deck, but it is very, very self-contained and works really, really well. And because your opponent can't read your cards, it's very, very difficult to play around literally everything that you can do, especially when you don't have to tell them which specific monsters you've summoned because you are revealing one monster over and over again. Hey Neo, hello, Zhao Zhao Zhao. Alright. I need a scale. Enneacraft is my favorite archetype. Nice. I set the pendulum scale with Enneacraft Tromaria. Ecto Enneacraft Tromaria's effect activates. I pay 900 life points. The Takey Crowbar, welcome back to membership. Appreciate that. I was going to droll. Very rude. I activate Enneacraft release. I flip summon Ecto Enneacraft Tromaria. I flip summon Enneacraft Architail. Which of the small Enneacraft do you think is the worst one? Probably, probably Exapatissa, because all it does is it counters if your opponent sets cards, which is more common now that Ash is being played around a lot, but it's like not the best thing in the world. Burn deck went a long way, that's right. Let's battle. Enneacraft Architail attacks. Regenesis Birth. Four months to go until I've been a member for 2 years. That's right. You're gonna set my monster face down. You shouldn't have. Since you send a monster to the graveyard, you now take 1800 damage. I end my turn. My field spell, Enneapolis. Goodbye. $7,200 damage. To be a jerk and put on slow mode or not to be a jerk? Please do not put on slow mode. I don't know how to turn off. Look, Crow, we're balling. Alright. Activate Enneacraft release. I activate Death Tarot Enneacraft as Anea's effect from my pendulum scale. Cynthia says hi. Hello, Cynthia. I activate Enneacraft reset. I set the pendulum scale with Ecto Enneacraft Tromaria. Ecto Enneacraft Tromaria's effect. I activate Enneapolis' effect. I set the pendulum scale. I set the pendulum scale. I pay 900 life points. I activate Enneacraft Atori Mars effect from my hand. I pay 900 life points. I activate Architail's effect from my hand. I activate Architail's effect from my hand. Look at my royal. See my royal. My royal. My royal. Oh my god, there's an Albaz mate. Ew. That's disgusting. Harpy's Feather Duster? Absolutely not. Get that blind second trash out of here. Architail's effect. My Enneacraft spells and my monsters cannot be destroyed by this turn. Sphere incoming? From me, not from him. Ew, Albaz. Which is apparently translated as that clown. Why would you ever use Albaz Mate when there's Diabellstar? Normal summon Incredible Ecclesia the Virtuous and tribute it. We are going to activate the effect of Tromaria. Also, as long as Architail is face up after being flipped face up, anytime my opponent sends a monster to the graveyard, they take 900 damage. Let's grab another release. The opponent special summons Fallen of Albaz. Tromaria's Pendulum effect activates. I was going to discard a card. We activate Enneacraft resets effect. Check this out, boys. Since my opponent has activated effect, I can banish reset from my graveyard, and now I get to target monsters up to the number of cards in my pendulum scales and turn them face down. So there's no targets for that Albaz. Nice try, bro. Normal summon Aluber, the Jester of Despia. I'm sorry, are you trying to add a card to your hand? Well, then I'll activate Alizanea's effect. Not only do now I also get to add a card from my deck to my hand, but now I can banish one card from your hand until the end phase, sir. Have you ever done a video on crawlers? No. Absolutely not. But I added Branded Fusion to their hand. 1 and 3. Oh! Oh! That hurt, bro. That hurt me right here. Completely outplayed, boys. Completely. GG easy for 20 joules. Thank you, Crow. You're just like, my opponent's always hitting the 1/3, or you're just like my opponent's always hitting the 1 and 3 or the 1 and 5. That's right. I am simply better. I want it more. Set the pendulum scale. I was gonna shifter. I am sorry, I am playing a pendulum deck, so I don't care. Oh, actually, I can't fall in the Virtuous now. That is a little bit annoying, but that's okay. Take 9. Grab release. I know what these crystals are. I got 50 free. They're like bits on Twitch. So when you spend them on my channel, it gives me money. So thank you. Alright, activate Alizanea's effect. We paid 900. Grab the... Damn, you can't use your best card anymore? It's true, I can't, but that's okay. Alright. Activate Expadia's effect. This is a pretty bad hand. I mean, obviously I don't want to open 2 balls in the Fallen and the Virtuous, but... I mean, how broken could he really be if he's playing Dimension Shifter? His name is Light Power. Gold Sark. What? Gizmek Orochi, the Serpentron Sky Slasher? Why are you banishing that? Alright, Deftero Enneacraft's effect activates. He just... Wait, he just... He's playing Danger?! What do you mean you're playing Danger with Shifter? Gren Maju? It's Gren Maju? Wait, this triggers? Why can I not Architail? There we go. Get hand ripped. Alright, we hit the interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Dangers trigger while Shifter? That's crazy. Is that Inferno Tempest? Oh no. Oh no, that's Inferno Tempest. Oh no. Oh no. Based Machu. Why does he have Inferno Tempest? What is... Triple Tactics talent, didn't even get the alt art. Draw 2. That's 7 cards banished. Set the Inferno Tempest. End phase. Okay. Alright, my turn. The alt art is thrust, not talent. Oh, that's right. Okay. I tribute summon Enneacraft Atori Mar. I attack your life points directly. Sometimes I think Konami actually uses AI. What's wrong with the Enneacrafts? They're awesome. Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. No. Didn't destroy anything, sir. Your cringe deck does nothing to me. Bro's missing out on 100 damage. Inefficient. True. Take 9. 2 more monsters goes to the graveyard. He's dead. Normal summon Blackwing Sharnga the Rex. The new Fairy Tale cards look AI, not gonna lie. Do they? Fairy Tale? Let's see. Teller of Fairy Tales looks fine. Spell Fairy Tale White Cat? That looks normal. Weaver of Fairy Tales? These cards look like... Why do they look AI to you? When your opponent doesn't have a 2K monster out. Well, you having fun with the new deck? I am. We're straight up balling. I flip summon Enneacraft Atori Mar! Enneacraft Atori Mar's flip effect activates! That's right. Once Upon a Fairy Tale, that one does look AI. Guys, Konami has way more money than they need. Like, if they're doing AI, it's because literally the AI does a better job than their artists. That's fine. I see this is a fantastic deck. It's a pendulum deck that can't pendulum summon and it's immune to a Nibiru. I love decks that are immune to Nibiru. Nibiru is I hate Nibiru more than I hate any other card in this game. Except Branded Fusion. Pointing out a fact? It's literally not a fact. You say it looks AI. That's an opinion. Serafi back with his Rage Bait. It kind of does look like it, can't lie. Okay. Ryzeal. Alright. Sword Ryzeal effect. Yo, sup, Gold. How's Inflation 3 going? Listen. Inflation with no context could mean multiple things. Let's call it Persona 3, please. Crow set happy poop for 10 jewels. Thank you, Crow. There's Habakiri. By the way, Gold, did you know that the new Crimson King searches Habakiri? I'm about to head to Tartarus. Sent sparkles for 2 jewels. Thank you. Sent sparkles for 2 jewels. Thank you. Mitsuri Ritual. Sent a star for 2 jewels. Thank you, Crow. There's Habakiri. Looking at the price Gold has to deal with, I don't know what else to call it. Call it price gouging. Like, it's actually insane there. It's amazing how Tutoru can say the word inflation and not think of Sonic the Hedgehog. He is truly a pure soul. All roads lead to Habakiri, it's true. I'm looking forward to trying. I'm going to try the new Archfiend Ritual support with Voiceless Voice. I think it'll be pretty decent. It's already mirror. Is that an Ecclesia sleeves? There are Ecclesia sleeves now? Tribute summon. Or tribute, not Richard. Tribute for a ritual summon. Hello, Murakuma. Ro's just going like full Mitsu. Like full Mitsu combo. Phimina got an altar? Phimina has an altar? Hold on. Does she have red hair? What? I don't see. Oh, is it like a bright, like a new card? Hold on, let me see. Card releases. That's a cool looking Caesar Valius. This is barely alt art. No, she doesn't have red hair. Okay, I don't care. Ooh, Ripper. Okay. So did Murakumo. It's just a background change, yeah. Hello, IP. Alright, well, that's a nice board you have there. Wait. No! I can't sphere mode them because they'll just come back, guys. If you tribute them, they just come back. The one time I get to ball someone and they're immune to it. It deals with IP. What does IP even do? Okay. Alright, he gets 2 searches. Grabs a mirror. For some reason, setting all those sparkles crashed YouTube. My phone has 16 gigs of RAM. I don't understand. Sparkles in moderation, I suppose. Alright, we activate Enneacraft reset. IP is trying her best. Okay. Do you have the trap? No, okay. Activate the field spell. Activate Enneacraft release. Murakumo's effect. I don't care about this rebirth at all. With the pendulum scale. Hey 9. Ash. Okay. Alright, Orgy has effect. Orgy has effect. Hamakiri. Orgy has effect. Orgy has effect. Okay. Pass. Use Prayer's effect. Alright, we're gonna grab a Torimar. Night. Good night. Alright. Mitsurugi's effect activates. We're gonna activate Arcatail's effect. Can't be destroyed. Manage card. Okay. Link 3. Gorgon. Opponent takes 9. I activate reverse effect, banish it from my hand, special summon my Torimar face down. Oh, that's unfortunate. I have to discard card. Okay. That's a pretty effective way of dealing with that. Fair enough. Gorgon doesn't matter. The floodgate is still active. Shouldn't do that. Ritual summon Murakuma. Take 9. Murakumo's effect. Murakumo's effect. GG. Alright, blowing me up during the end phase and also me bricking was good enough. And also the Ash as well. That's okay. And we bricked again. See, Tuturu, we can't play non-engine. Oh, it's RB. Special summon. Do what's called a Link Shokan. Araweo Linkini RB Vulcan Booster. Oh, I dropped some frames. Why did I drop frames? Very few frames. Is my internet okay? Fallen and Sphere should solo. Oh wow, it's really broken. What's really broken? RB is gonna see your hand. They are, but they can't summon Sphere mode, so it's okay. You didn't say Vulcan Booster properly in Japanese. Accent was off. 610 in performance. What? Vulcan Booster. RB equals really broken. No, RB is what are they called? I used to know. Hold on, let me take a look at my video. I put it in my video. Something bots. Revol bots. They can summon the small Enneacraft? That is unfortunate, yes. But will they be able to stop the Sphere mode? They're looking at my hand of board breakers and they're going, oh no. Also, this is a deck that, like, kills themselves. So it's kind of nice that they, like, have, like, all this self-burn. Why did I take 1,000? Inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each card destroyed. Okay, fair enough. RB stage landing again. Summon the Link 3. Link 3 effect, set a trap. TF is Revol. Yeah, R-E-V-O-L. Revol bots. That's what it stands for. Ooh, they summon only 2 monsters. Okay. Orenotan Dorol. Sokomaho. The Fallen and the Virtuous Hachido. Get popped to. Okay, so I can reverse to shuffle a card from my extra deck. That's nice. I set the pendulum scale, sir. You can't handle this. I'm going to pendulum summon. I take 9. Ow. Ash. Okay. He thinks he's defeated me. Behold the power. Enneacraft reverse. Pendulum scale set to... Wait, what? Wait. Oh, face up for... Okay, so it doesn't actually... Well, that's unfortunate. I thought it said from the extra deck. Okay, alright. When did Enneacraft learn to pendulum summon? Never. You said it wrong. Pendulum scale will set to... That's how you say it. It is setting, not seto. Alright, Orgia's effects. Okay, he can only special summon with Crook during my main phase. RB next phase. Pop a monster. Okay, so he's not even gonna... He gains 2,000, alright. Set pass. Albion the Branded Dragon's effect. Called by the Grave on Albion the Branded Dragon. I suppose that's fair. I don't have any other cards that's gonna go to the graveyard. Little did he know, though. I already had the Fallen and the Virtuous. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects while a RB points to it. That's unfortunate. Okay. Grab Funk Dock. Activate Funk Dock. We fall on the Virtuous. Pop the field spell. And he's going to negate that. And we lose. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again. Going first. Alright, we have a good hand this time for once. Let's see. Is it the pendulum scale? Take 9. This guy's name is Grave Keppers. Alright, let's, okay, he has something, so we're gonna Torimar real quick. Impulse. I do apologize, but you're not destroying my Torimar, so I will simply do it again. Okay. Enneacraft release. Set the pendulum scale. Pay 9. 1, 2, 3. Activate Enneacraft reset. Activate the field spell. Field spell effect. Return and return. Set the pendulum scale. Set the pendulum scale. Take 9. Take 9. Look at my royal. Look at my royal. Look at my royal. He couldn't handle the royal. He was just like, ah, he's dabbing on me too hard. Here's our rank up game. Alright. Enneacraft release. Set the pendulum scale, pay 900. Ash effect. A Torimar's effect. What? Oh no, it's only on the field. Ah, that's right. I forgot. Okay. Leon's effect. Set pass. Okay. Alright, Horror Dad. Activate Melody of the Awakening Dragon. Pitch 1, draw 2. Special summon Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. Target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Okay. Get popped. Special summon Jet Dragon. Place the True Light. True Light's effect, set a trap. There's going to be the wishes. Okay. Wishes effect. grab Roar and Sage. Normal summon Sage, Sage effect, grab probably Veiler. Grab Kaiba Man the Legend. Okay. Link into the link one. Spirits effect. Grab Mausoleum. Activate Mausoleum. Tribute, revive Blue Eyes. Special summon back Maiden. Synchro into. Ooh, revive Alternative. Okay. Alternative pop. Negated. Good job. Omega, good job. Normal summon Kaiba Man Legend. Kaiba Man Legend's effect. Reveal 3. Summon 1 from grave. That brings back Maiden. Synchro into Spirit. Activate Roar. Special summon Blue Eyes. Synchro again. Kaiba Man Legend. Add a Blue Eyes card from deck to hand, which is going to be Chaos Max. Summon Tyrant Dragon. Yep. Hello, Tyrant Dragon. Battle. Tyrant Dragon attacks. Tyrant Dragon attacks. A Tori Mars flip effect activates. Enjoy. Albion the Branded Dragon's effect. Set the Fallen and the Virtuous. My turn. I activate Enneacraft releases effect from my graveyard. True Light's effect activates. I activate the Fallen and the Virtuous. Now I return a Tori Mar from my graveyard to my extra deck to my hand. True Light's effect. Alright. I activated Tori Mar's effect. Deftero Enneacraft's effect activates. I activate Enneacraft Reset. I set the pendulum scale. Enneapolis. set the pendulum scale. Alazonia's effect activates. Alazonia's effect activates. Alazonia's effect activates. Set Fallen on the Virtuous. End turn. We got him. Only 3 cards left in his hand. He gets an extra normal summon for Effect Veiler. Okay. Link into Spirit with Eyes of Blue. All this work for Fallen on the Virtuous to carry? Listen, Fallen on the Virtuous is an incredibly good card. We destroy Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Jet Dragon's effect activates. We activate Okneria's effect. You should play a card that turbos this card. You should play a deck that turbos this card, like maybe with a monster which like bids a guy from the extra deck who can then set this card. We do. I literally binned the Fallen of Alba, or sorry, the Albion. Hello, Jet Dragon. We're going to use Enneacraft's effect here to put the Okneria in the spell and trap zone. Alright, now we get to shuffle. Let us put the 3 blue eyes back in the deck. Hope you enjoyed having blue eyes. So imagine a deck which like uses that as a core card. I know it's an insane idea. No. You're right, that is insane. Who would ever play that deck? Losers, that's who. But imagine. Alright. Jet Dragon attacks. Jet Dragon's effect. Start a card. Oh, and imagine the deck has a fusion spell, which, hear me out, uses guys from the deck. But I can't pendulum summon from a hand. But doesn't summon lock like Red Eyes does. That sounds like a dumb deck, to be honest. Sounds like a deck for nerds. However, it fusion locks you to be balanced. Alright, field spell activates. Opponent takes 27. Alright, we're gonna take 9 here. Grab... Spend 3. Isn't there an FTK with Enneacraft that's like a 5-card combo? I am sure there is some FTK with Enneacraft, but why would you FTK when you can just have fun and play the game? Set. 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 Pay 9. Fun is subjective? This is fun. Look at how much fun I'm having. Fun for me is my opponent feeling miserable. Same. Do you not think my opponent is miserable right now? Look at this. Pass. Take 18. He's sitting over there wanting to play his cool Blue Eyes cards with his cool Blue Eyes sleeves and his cool Blue Eyes board, and all his monsters are face down. The deck's barely playable? Blue Eyes is rogue! Shut up! Your opponent seems to be having a blast. Exactly. Alright, here we go. We got gold. Tutoru just doesn't understand the beauty of playing a slow, grindy burn deck. Which, yes, does enjoy some good synergy with Fallen of Albaz. There we go. Alright. We hit gold, that's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and call it for tonight. It is midnight. It was good seeing you all. My name is Serafi, and I was thrilled to have all of you with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to join the Discord, and have a lovely day.